Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Nuke. I'm here with my first of maybe a series of post-match commentaries. Basically, just gonna kind of go over my match with Frank, kind of talk about like what I was thinking through, some of the decisions I made. Maybe you can learn, maybe I can learn. Who knows? So to get started, a little bit about the match. Frank has like been playing insanely good recently, just like out of his mind. His defense is super good. I watched his most recent set with Febreze where he played absolutely cracked, and he played his disadvantage state, right? So when he's down an item or two, so well, or he's able to outplay items as one of the best people in the server. So I kind of came into this thinking like he's gonna outplay my items if I let him get to a set defense. So my plan is to take advantage of kind of some of his weaker parts of his game, which is his neutral and his advantage state. His game doesn't change that much when he has items, so my plan was to give him as many items as possible because like I can't crack his defense when he has like his full set of toads. So I just wanted to kind of create as much havoc as I could, and so I was a little more hit heavy than I normally like to be in this game, but you know, we will see how that plays out. So just starting off, he picked defense, right? Just as a defensive-oriented player, makes sense. I go for that immediate kickoff there. I noticed that again he pulls up the double to daisy, so it's a pretty easy rebound for me to read there. Then here I get my stun going. I hit critter. I might have lobbed it, but on Conga it's pretty risky. There I'm pretty sure I'm out of toad hit range, and then if I dribble it back close enough to critter, even if he hits me, I'm safe. I see there that the AI doesn't pick up the toad on the ground. Go for a slip inside because, you know, 30 seconds in, why not? Set the tone for the game. But here we go. Again, as you can see, my plan is already kind of started, where I am going to give him as many items as possible. There I popped the shroom on the wrong toad. He's got 2 items here, so but you can see, again, I'm hitting in that middle area because that's where Frank loves to pass to. So I'm hitting before he even has a chance to do that. And right now, again, we're already back to even items. I think I banana here. Oh no, I'm able to just win neutral by being second to the ball and kind of come out of that scrum with 2 items, get through to the corner, take a 2-0 lead. I switched to having the spiky because I would much rather have triple reds on offense. So there I'm going to let him hit. Because if you let a player hit, normally your down toad will kind of come up free. That's what happened. Burned both items, but I got a random power shot to drop. Kind of lucky, but what are you going to do here? And again, goes for a lab off kickoff. I burned shroom just to get to that corner area. Should have released it. That probably would have been a stun. Again, you can see I'm just dropping both toads in to cover that middle pass. His banana is a bit early, so I'm able to get out of the way of those, and now I'm just able to kind of set up and just basically hit whatever it is he's going to pass to. This was a really crazy star. I don't know if I agree with the star, but it definitely made me react quicker than I thought it was going to happen, and he almost got me there. And that would have actually gone the other way for a corner, so if it worked, it would have been really good, actually. But again, now I'm just going for a year. I didn't really have many options. But with the daisy down there and an item, I might have been able to get a stun off there, or at least get 2 items. Don't get the shot off though. I know a little late on that hit, so I'm not able to get the ball. Unlucky there's no stun. Critter gets that pass animation, super unlucky for me. Because then he did like quick turnover goal, and he's got triple reds. It's just such a good item. But I'm worried he's going to fade that toad back towards me. He doesn't, and he goes upfield for some reason, so I preemptively Euro. There was a really lucky hit. So that saved the goal there, so I was pretty happy with that. I see the daisies up there, so I immediately start charging knowing he's going to do the reds. If you time it correctly like I did, you can hop the reds with your shot. So now we are even on items. I burn the green knowing he's going to have to shroom immediately to the corner, and just try to get the shot off for an item, cause him havoc. There, I burn this because I don't want to give him a free hit, but I've got it. My daisy down there now, again, I'm forcing him to burn the mushroom, but in an area where I'm still going to be able to get a shot off and cause problems. So here I'm taking a slow, realize that he's doubled the toad, so I just banana and get the goal there. Take a 4-1 lead. 2 minutes left, feeling pretty good, but Frank can like lock you up, and he has a really good way of getting back in the game, so only taking a couple goals here. So I've just got to make sure I play this really well. But obviously I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go for slip and slides. There, a perfectly timed hit. You see where There's a difference, right? That I time my hit so I don't get the, I don't give away the item. Frank gives away the item. I make a really dumbass beat, but that extra item was the difference between me scoring a goal and not. And that was from Frank's late hit kind of earlier in that play. There, Frank, I'm able to get around that shroom. I know that he's like, as I said, he likes to use items very, very quickly when he has them. So I knew that's coming. Here, I love this play. I wait for him to hit the banana to clear a path for me. I really wanted to score off that because I was like, I knew I couldn't get to the ball from the banana. There, I try to double him because I know he's going to use the shell. Don't get anything going, and ends up just kind of thinking in there. There, I throw that, try to get a shroom into something fun, but nothing going. So now a 4-goal lead, minute left. I'm feeling pretty safe here, but again, I can't really give up anything like that because all of a sudden now, especially there he sees a star, so like this game is essentially 5-3. So there I try to go for the one-time trip, but Critter didn't move at all. So now if this end game, again, I'm just going to try to give him as many, just try to hit him as many times as possible. I throw that one there. He might have been able to avoid it, but at least it would have bought me time. I whiffed that hit, which I was pretty pissed off. I thought I had the perfect timing on that, but get the hit there. I lob pass just so I can clear, give myself a little time, and again, I'm just going to start hitting as much as possible. That rebound of the red was pretty lucky, but he's able to get that come across and get in there. So now I'm thinking, oh shit, I think I might have fucked it up, especially with that. But I think he fat fingers the X or something, and then it was like looked like kind of a good slide. There, I actually buffered that A press. That was kind of accidental, but it looked like I read it, so I'm gonna say that I did. Go for a slip aside because there's no way you can come back at this point. So I'm just gonna hit Coalition D. 15, first game 5-3. Recap of that game, I think I liked what I did. I was winning neutral a lot, which I thought was good, and I think it's something that I kind of go on to think about later, is that I'm much more comfortable punting the ball, because I think I'm pretty confident that I'm going to come out of those 50-50 situations much more often than not. So, you know, they're not as 50-50. And again, Frank looks like he's not really running it back to the corner as much, so you're going to see that I'm going to sag way off of him in later sets, or later games in this set, just so I can kind of guard that rebound better, because that's what, I mean, he is so lethal on the rebounds, and, you know, so I'm just trying to respect that a lot. All right, on to game 2. Again, Frank runs us back immediately. He really likes Conga and Palace, so and I also like Conga and Palace. So I think we actually end up just playing the same exact run back a bunch of times. Again, he's kind of locked me up here on defense, and that's why I said, like, if he has that full stack of toads, I'm not going to get past him. So the only way I can do it is to kind of start creating some havoc. So right there, I hit from that kind of, if you shoot from the wall, puts in a really good rebound spot. So there again, I'm just hitting, trying to cause myself. I see there I have a 2-on-1 breakaway. He uses a shell steal, like, I mean, and he has to use the shroom there. I get super lucky. You see, he burns both items to try to block the blues. Really good reaction, and then he burns the shroom at the very end to try to get to the daisy, and he would have, like, defended that perfectly, unless I got insanely lucky. Here, again, I'm just trying to lock him up as much as I can. Really good deke in the backfield there. Again, he has the space to go for the corner, but he doesn't go for it, instead opting for that lob pass. So again, that's something I noticed, and I just start sagging off, so I know he's not going to go for it. Two shrooms. I try to get in the way between him and the ball, so I can, like, try to kind of bait and hit, like I did right there. They're an instant item here because it's going to force him to burn that shroom. If I time the hit right, I'll be able to get something off. And while that wasn't really that great a position, I was able to get a shot off at least towards half an item, because now, boom, yep, there's my item. Again, now I just got to play some good defense. Big bomb is really good. I wait for the fully for the end of that animation, so then I can hit him, because he can't move once he's peeking. There I whiff, and I'm pretty sure I'm punished here. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't whiff your hits against a player this good. There I tried the RPG, especially with big bombs. If I got a big bomb there, I think I would have hit 3. And that would put me in a really good position. I got small, so, like, whatever. I still got an item, and I think he burned 1. So, and now I'm up 2. So here I burnt. I mean, like, again, Frank is so good at avoiding items. He forced me to, like, hitting a really tight slide after I burned 2 items. So there he goes for the funny. Not across the line. Leave that to professionals like Red. Here I pass it around. I see that he pushes his toad up. Just, like, leaves the daisy wide open, causes a little havoc. forces out the shells, and I get a half-charge shot. This is really smart by him. He knows that basically the AI, that once I hit the Toad, I think he's down, and then he just waits for the Toad to come back up, and then he's wide open. And again, there you see Frank just destroying me on defense. I can't really do anything. He's very good. Here I'm looking for the blue, and you can see me try to avoid it, but he throws it late, which screws me up. And then it gets him into this kind of chain he's going in. This is the first time I see him run back to the corner, but he doesn't even shroom there. So I try to guard both corners because I'm expecting the shroom, so he just power shots into the middle. I cause some havoc, and here I punt down to the Daisy because he's got 2 items, so I have a free hit. And I got super lucky on that. I mean, I really was just looking for that item. And then this is just an awful play by me. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. I pulled a red, I switched off to the wrong player, and then I just like was panicking and didn't really know what to do and screwed it up. But here, Frank's kind of got something set up, so you see I'm immediately switching to that middle player just so I can get the hit off. I think I go for a Euro here. I've got the Daisy wide open. I don't think I would have gotten there in time, and he had a peach breaking on the Daisy. So again, this is my second lucky goal. As a policy, I always watch my dirty Euros. But yeah, this is like an insanely lucky game for me. And I've got blues to his reds, so I'm like a pretty good position. I'm very surprised the Toad hit there. That was like a hyper-aggressive item that like probably shouldn't have gone in. Late bananas barely hit there. Super lucky. Again, so now here's the thing. I know he's going to triple red, so I hold the bananas trying to respond. The reds send me in the air, so the bananas get all fucked up. And he capitalizes on that. So there, I just have to like throw that either like much earlier. But there, I can get the punt off. This is such a bad hit because the ball's going to roll the critter, and then I double down on it, which is again, this is kind of some would say it's a misplay, but I think it's like part of my game plan, which is just to hit him a lot. Their critter throws that ball out kicks the ball out so early. Again, I'm shooting from that same position where I can just kind of cause that rebound right there. So it puts me in a good spot. There, I shroom to try to force out the blue because I know he's going to item. He's been doing that a lot off kickoff. It works. So, you know, but he's still got a red, so I've got to be careful here. So you see me bringing 2 players basically at all times. And I'm like trying to put 1 in shroom range. But here, and so then I'm like, okay, I can burn the shroom and maybe force him to item. I don't get it, so he burns shroom. I'm like, I can't really do much here. Again, I'm like very confident in me winning in these neutral battles, so I'm not that worried about the stun. Except if he's wide open like that, he nails a stun, 2 items, and he's only down 2 with 2 minutes left, and I'm immediately turning the ball over and force him to this really bad shot here. So I should have hit there. And I was like kicking myself. I realized it too late, but there's nothing I could do, and I'm like, this is probably going to stun. Again, I'm just going to send everyone into the box. Take it slow. I'm going for the Euro here, but I get caught in a sprint dribble. So now again, I'm trying to keep 2 players at all times. I'm panicking, so I'm hitting, and then I just miss out on that hit. The ball falls perfectly to critter. I think that would have been really bad if it didn't. But now I'm just trying to get a shot. So I'm like, and again, like with his like kind of fully stacked defense, it's just so hard to break. So I'm just gonna hit as much as I can. I know that blue's coming. It has to come right there. 20 seconds left. You kind of need to force something out. That should have been a shot. I think that probably would have like definitely ended the game. But instead I go for a Euro just because I was like feeling that from a hit 2 already. Really good blue there. Of course I can't respond with the Spiny. I probably should have thrown the Spiny earlier because of that. But he's able to get the rebound there. The game's over, right? I mean, like, you just can't score in 2 seconds because I can do that. But again, that was like a really lucky game for me. I was able to like execute my game plan as like kind of hitting and causing havoc, but I think some of my hits were kind of empty where I was just like giving him items for, like, I wasn't hitting into the fence, right? I wasn't calling a turnover, I was just hitting. And so that kind of gave him like a lot of free opportunities. So I think if I clean that up next game, I should be fine. But then again, I got lucky, so who knows? We'll see. All right, game 3 with another instant run back. As I said, we're going to play them all in Conga. And I'm going to go for my reverse seek. I love that reverse seek. I do it all the time because it covers a lot of options, but it's kind of like easy to read once you know it's coming. So it's kind of like the funny where it's like cool once or twice, but they're going to get, I'm just winning neutral, so I'm like very happy to like punt the ball. and just pick up and see what I get there. I know, like, basically no matter what item I get, he has a Freezy, he has a Toad coming down on me, so there's not much I can do. He goes for the stun there, I guess, and then burns the Shroom, but, like, I'm in a really good position. Again, I'm just going to punt this ball because I'm, like, very confident. This has got to be a slip aside, right? Yeah. I mean, that's just what I do. I would do this if I was up or down. That's just how I play. So there, again, I'm being very careful with the sprint button. And there I try double. I'm not good at double teams, and you can see why. I'm awful at it, and then I give up 2 items there, and now I'm freaking out with passing. And I'm thinking, oh, this is how I lost last game. So I've got to avoid that blue. I am able to avoid it, and then just barely hit the toad. Like, that's the kind of hit I wanted to do. I know, I mean, it was smart because he didn't have an item, or I didn't give an item, but I still want to be hitting the fence. Here he burns the red just so aggressively. So I'm able to clear the ball. We trade items there, really good for me. And then, yeah, he gets that slide in there. I don't see the toad. But I end up coming out with the ball. And now, again, I'm trying to Euro because I'm feeling myself from last game. He clears it. He's got the peach wide open. So, again, I'm just shading way off. And he finally makes me pay by going back to the corner. And I've given up 2 items now. You see, the difference is, like, I don't like clearing the ball in my own backfield. And it costs me, like, 99% of the time. There's a trade of items, but I get the better of that one. So, again, that's good for me. But it's still, like, this is a defensive game, and I'm thinking, oh, and look at that hit. I mean, that's just the last pixel I was able to hit on. But, again, I'm panicking right now because I just haven't had control of this game. Haven't really been able to get the breaks. This, I'm thinking, is good, but he's hit the last second, turns around, so it puts me in a bad spot. Here he hits that insta pass, so I'm looking for the pass across the middle. He doesn't go for it, so I burn the reds, and then I probably should have chipped that rebound. And he doesn't throw it because all game I've been able to get that shot off before the item comes. We're playing on like really low buffer, so it's really easy for me to react. So again, now he's like being very careful with throwing at the items, and again I'm just gonna start overwhelming him with shots and try to hit him that way. So again, he's taking the shot, but I'm very happy to clear it out and give him items. So again, I'm just gonna do this, try to go for the stun. We trade items, but I've got 2 players in that area, so ends up as a goal for me, and 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and I've gotten 2 goals. He locked me up for like a good portion of this game. Again, I'm like, there was like no toad to really cover in the middle, so I just decided to pressure the chip. And here, let's see, yeah, I punt to the daisy because I know she's down there so I can use the greens. So if I pass, I'm not able to use items, but don't really get anything out of it. It would have been nice to score. And there again, he finally reads that I'm like going off with him. But he misses the slide, but now I have to respect that because like I'm like thinking about it. I go for the one-touch chip. I'm thinking the bananas are gonna come out. They do. I maybe should have not chipped it and just hit it because that would have caused more of a better rebound for me. But there again, just go for the Euro. The only reason I didn't burn Shroom is because I accidentally went to near post. And so there, I tried to burn Shroom to force out the blues early, and it does work out for me. So that's generally how I like to operate. Is I try to burn early for blues. And there, I meant to hit it to the right, or punch to the right, and then Shroom onto it. It doesn't work for me. There, he has all the time in the world. I try to outplay the blues. I don't, and then I'm just kind of scrambling after that because I was so ready to outplay the blues, and I didn't. And all of a sudden, it's a 1-goal game. And this, I finally realized like that he's been like kind of doubling and choking up on all of these kickoffs. So if I just get that instant shot right like that, I'm gonna have a toad in a really good rebounding position. And here, I mean, I'm a little stupid. I literally switch my items to the blue so I can respond, and then just don't. I don't know what I was thinking here. But there, I try to get the toad. This is my first chip, I think, like chip attempt of the game. I don't really go a lot for chips, but he's just been smothering a lot of my stuns, and I didn't want to invest an item and not get anything out of it. They're like, I don't know, I should have known, because I knew I was getting an item from that fully charged shot, but I should have just known that, oh, look at that, me just trying to avoid that red shot at the last second. Again, with 40 seconds left, you can't afford not to have items on defense. But you see, I'm getting in those passing lanes, and I'm just trying to like make it hard for him to make that pass and force him to lob it or shoot it or make a decision and install as much as I can. So here again, I'm just going to punt the ball. I've got free hits. I'm able to just kind of get in the way of that. The bomb kind of obscures vision, I guess. He doesn't see what's going on. Just 20 seconds left. Again, I'm just going to try to hit as much as I can. I know these greens are probably coming out, so I'm waiting for them. They don't, so I just lob it, and again, I'm waiting for it. Now, see, this is what I was saying. I try to get in between the man and the ball so I can kind of get that free item. And this game is pretty much over. Again, I don't think you can score with, or score 2 goals with 2 seconds left, so I'm just going to, I think, go for one last dirty euro here. I take this at 3-0. Yeah, I mean, Frank, I think if I wasn't prepared for I hadn't seen Frank play for Breeze, I think I would have gotten steamrolled this set. His defense is so good. And I think it was just those times that I could like create a fast break for myself by hitting him. And, you know, just like confidently knowing, like trying to win neutral, right, and winning those 50-50 balls, because that just gives me more chances. And, you know, hoping that, like, you know, he's not going to make me pay for sacking off of him on 4 rebounds. So that's kind of how I did it. So props to Frank. I mean, 3 really close games. One of them, I mean, game 2 I shouldn't have won. And then that kind of like changes the kind of how the set goes, because instead of being down 2-0 where it's 1-1, it changes the entire complexion of the set. So, you know, super lucky. I'm not going to lie about that. But, you know, I do feel like I had a game plan that I went in, and I at least executed some of it. So, yeah, that's been my review of Week 2 MSL Championship Bracket. I'm 1-1. Maybe I'll do Jacob if I feel like doing another one. Maybe I won't. Who knows? But, you know, sound off in the comments.